Alright guys, so Misha Cirkunov and Ryan Spann, this fight is a co-main event for UFC Fight Night Edwards vs. Muhammad. Misha Cirkunov is the 16th best light heavyweight fighter in the world on Tapology. Ryan Spann is the 18th best light heavyweight fighter in the world on the actual UFC rankings. I believe they have Ryan Spann as the 13th best, and then Misha Cirkunov is the 11th best light heavyweight fighter in the world. So these two guys are competing to get inside of the top 10 of the light heavyweight division. This is a classic grappler versus striker fight. I mean, Misha Cirkunov, obviously the grappler in the fight. Ryan Spann, definitely the striker in the fight. Misha Cirkunov, the minus 140 slight favorite in the fight. 15 wins and 5 losses, coming off a win around a year and a half ago over Jimmy Crute. That is Jimmy Crute's only loss as a professional fighter. He lost the fight by Peruvian necktie. Absolutely insane. He's 34 years old, 6 foot 3 inches tall, and has a reach of 77 inches. Ryan Spann, 18 wins and 6 losses, coming off a loss, I believe, to Johnny Walker around 5 months ago by it was like a KO. So he was going in for a takedown. He literally just started punching the side of the ear and knocked him out somehow. It was absolutely insane. In this fight, he's the plus 110, near even underdog to win the fight. He's 29 and a half years old, so a little bit of an age advantage there for Ryan Spann in the fight. He's currently 6 foot 5 inches tall, so a little height advantage there, and then an 81 and a half inch reach. Wow, that is an amazing reach advantage over Misha Cirkunov in the fight. So 100%, I'm going to say it right now, Ryan Spann, if he keeps fighting on the feet, he's going to win the fight. If Misha Cirkunov keeps the fight on the ground, gets some takedowns, goes for some submissions, most likely he's going to get a submission or win the fight in a very dominant decision. The Tapology predictions, let's check them. 50-50, guys. 53% of the vote going for Misha Cirkunov to win the fight. Literally everyone's saying that he's going to win the fight. He's saying he's going to get a submission. 47 going for Ryan Spann. All of them saying he's going to win the fight by knockout or TKO. So it's really Ryan Spann by KO, TKO, or Misha Cirkunov by submission. That is pretty much the two options. I'd be very surprised if this fight goes all the way, but who knows, it could happen. I give it maybe a 15-20% chance, somewhere around that range if the fight goes all the way. But Misha Cirkunov, my god, literally almost every single one of his wins inside the UFC is a submission. He joined the UFC in 2015. Before that, I believe went 9-2, joined the UFC in 2015, got a first round TKO win with 15 seconds left. Got a second round jaw crank, neck crank, I don't even know, that's just crazy. Then got a third round arm tongue choke submission win over Ian Kutalaba, a first round guillotine over Nikita Kirillov, fought Volkan Ozdemir and Glover Teixeira, lost both the fights by first round knockout and first round knockout. Again, that's what Ryan Spann is gonna be looking to do in the fight. Those are his only 3 losses to Johnny Walker, Glover Teixeira, and Volkan Ozdemir, all by knockout in the first round. So that is what Ryan Spann needs to look for in the fight, because Misha Cirkunov does not have really the best chin. Even in these losses over here, I'm not really sure how he lost these ones. Let's check if they show him here. Pro losses. He lost those other 2 by submission, which is very odd. But his only 3 losses inside the UFC by knockout in the first round. Ryan Spann definitely has a good chance of getting a knockout in the fight. That is why the Tapology predictions have it pretty much 50-50, and the odds for the fight are pretty much at 50-50. But those other wins, Patrick Cummings, first round arm triangle, and then Jimmy Crute by first round Peruvian necktie. I mean, come on. It's either submission for Misha Cirkunov or knockout from Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann, 18 wins and 6 losses. I mean, just look at that. Before joining the UFC, he got lost to Carl Robertson, Trevin Giles. These 2 guys are in the UFC right now. Carl Robertson was in the UFC. He's an undefeated fighter at the time they fought. Trevin Giles, also an undefeated fighter at the time they fought. Split decision, a knockout loss. After that, he literally didn't lose once until fighting Johnny Walker. He got a first round rear naked, a first round knockout, first round guillotine. Joined the UFC in 2018. Got a decision win over Luis Henrique in pretty much striking dominant show. Got a first round knockout win over Antonio Rogerio Nogueira. Amazing knockout win there. Got a second round of guillotine over Devin Clark. Was supposed to fight all these 3 guys: Sam Alvey, Paul Craig, and then Ovi St. Preux. Then fought Sam Alvey. And if you're getting a split decision against Sam Alvey, 33 wins, 13 losses, that close of a fight with Sam Alvey, I mean, that just makes me think a little bit that if you're getting that close of a fight with a guy like Sam Alvey, who's in the later stage of his career, losing a 4-fight losing streak, probably, and then a draw to Dan Unjung, probably going to lose to Julian Marquez as well, and get cut from the UFC, and you're getting a split decision to him, that just makes me think a little bit. But he did lose his next fight to Johnny Walker by first round TKO, I believe. I mean, now he's fighting Misha Cirkunov. As I said a bunch of times in this video, submission for Misha Cirkunov or a knockout or TKO from Ryan Spann. And Misha Cirkunov, I just have a feeling he's going to get that takedown in the first round. it's very possible he doesn't get that takedown, and Ryan Spann hits him with the uppercut he did, like he did against Antonio Ruggiero Nogueira, but we'll see what happens. I think Misha Cirkunov is going to get that takedown, get the fight to the ground, and kind of do what he always does in most of his most recent wins, get the fight to the ground, get a first-round submission. I'm not really sure what submission I think he's going to get. I'm just going to go with something crazy, like a Peruvian necktie, like some neck crank. All I can say is going to be a first-round submission from Misha Cirkunov. That is my prediction. Misha Cirkunov is going to beat Ryan Spann by first-round submission.